It's 3:33 a.m. My phone buzzes on the nightstand, that single sharp vibration slicing through the silence of my apartment. I roll over, squinting at the screen. A new message. It's nothing unusual, except it's from my own number. My stomach tightens. It's gotta be a glitch, right? Some weird network error. My finger hovers over the notification, and then I tap. 3 words glow on the screen. Don't read this. A cold laugh escapes my lips. Too late for that. I type back. Who is this? And hit send. The delivery checkmark appears instantly. It went through to myself. My heart starts a low, heavy drumbeat against my ribs. This isn't a glitch. The room is dark. The only light is the pale glow of my phone. Outside, the city is asleep. It's that deep, unsettling quiet of the early morning, where every tiny sound feels amplified. I'm completely alone, and for the first time tonight, that thought doesn't feel comforting. It feels dangerous. My phone buzzes again. My hands are slick with sweat as I read the new message. You're sitting on the edge of your bed. Your left foot is tapping the floor. I freeze. My foot stops tapping. It's a perfect description. Chills cascade down my spine, cold and sharp. How? How could anyone know that? My eyes dart around the dark corners of my room, searching for a hidden camera, a crack in the blinds, anything. There's nothing. The silence presses in, heavy and suffocating. Then another message arrives. My blood runs cold. Don't turn around. Every instinct screams at me to whip my head around, to confront whatever is there. But the message holds me paralyzed. The fear is a physical thing now, a weight on my chest. I can feel eyes on me, I'm sure of it. I'm being watched, but from where? The message is a clear threat, an invisible line I'm being dared to cross. My breath hitches. My mind is racing, trying to find a logical explanation. A prank? A hacker? But this feels too personal, too immediate. The stillness of the room is a lie. There's a presence here. I can feel it humming in the air just behind me. It's patient. It's waiting. After what feels like an eternity, I can't take it anymore. My rational mind battles with the primal fear, and the rational mind loses. I have to know. I spin around, my heart hammering against my ribs so hard I think it might break through. Nothing. The room is empty. My closet door is shut. The window is locked. There's absolutely nothing there. A wave of dizzying relief washes over me, so potent it makes my knees weak. I was just freaking myself out. It's a prank. A very elaborate, very cruel prank. I let out a shaky breath, a half laugh, half sob. Then I look back at my phone, and the relief evaporates. A new message has arrived, but it's not text. It's a photo. A photo of my room. A photo of the back of my head taken just seconds ago from the very spot I was just staring at. The angle is impossible. It's from inside the room, high up, near the ceiling, as if someone was perched in the corner watching me. I drop the phone on the bed like it's on fire. My breathing becomes ragged, shallow gasps. This isn't a prank. This is real. Someone is in my apartment. My eyes frantically scan the ceiling, the shadows, everywhere. But it's just my room, my familiar, safe room, which now feels like a cage. My phone starts ringing. The screen lights up the darkness, and the name displayed makes my soul turn to ice. It's my own name, my own contact. My own number is calling me. A shrill, piercing ring that cuts through the silence and drills into my skull. My hand trembles as I reach for it, my thumb hovering over the red decline button. I stab at the screen. The ringing stops. Silence returns, but it's worse than before. It's filled with a terrifying anticipation. And then it starts again. The same ringtone, the same name. It's relentless. I decline it again. It immediately calls back. Decline. It calls again. It calls again. This isn't stopping. It's like a predator toying with its prey. Panic claws its way up my throat. I feel trapped, cornered by my own phone. My finger slips. I miss the decline button. The call connects. The ringing stops. For a moment there's just static, a hiss that sounds like a recorded emptiness. Then a new notification pops up. Voicemail? The little icon seems to mock me. I don't want to listen. I know I shouldn't, but my phone, as if possessed, opens the voicemail on its own. It plays on speaker, filling the room. and the voice I hear is my own. It's me, but it's a version of me I've never heard. I'm crying, sobbing, breathless with terror. The voice is hoarse, broken. Don't listen to them. My future self pleads through the speaker. I didn't listen. I made the wrong choice. Please, whatever you do, I didn't listen. The message cuts off into a choked gurgle, and then silence. The phone buzzes one more time. A text message. I force myself to look. A knock will come at 3:40 a.m. I glance at the clock on my phone. It's 3:39. Less than a minute. The clock becomes the focal point of all my fear. Each second that ticks by is a footstep getting closer. My mind is screaming. A knock on which door? My front door? My bedroom door? I scramble off the bed and shove my dresser in front of my bedroom door, my hands shaking so badly I can barely get a grip. I run to the front door, heart pounding in my ears. The deadbolt is thrown, the chain is on. It's locked. It's secure. For a fleeting moment, I feel a sliver of hope. I'm locked in. I'm safe. Nothing can get in. It's just a psychological game. The clock on my phone screen turns to 3:40 a.m. The entire apartment is silent. Nothing happens. I let out a shaky breath. See, it was all in my head. And then I hear it. Ow. From the front door. A slow, deliberate knock. 1, 2, 3. Each one perfectly timed, echoing through the silent apartment. Each one a hammer blow to my sanity. It's real. Everything is real. My phone lights up with one last message. Feels heavier than all the others. This is where you decide. The knocking continues, patient and steady. Do I open it? Do I hide? Do I call for help, knowing the call might be answered by myself? The choice is mine, and I have no idea what to do. This is the end of part 1. Hello to find out what happens next. I opened the door and realized the messages weren't warnings. They were invitations. But the hallway was empty. There was nothing there, just a chilling, unnatural silence that felt heavier than any scream. I started to close the door, thinking maybe I was just losing my mind, when I caught a glimpse of something in the hallway mirror. It was me, but it wasn't my reflection. While I stood frozen in fear, the me in the mirror slowly, deliberately smiled, a wide, knowing grin that didn't belong on my face. My blood ran cold. I slammed the door shut, my heart hammering against my ribs. And then my phone buzzed. A new message. 3 simple words that confirmed my worst fears. Thank you for opening it. It wasn't a prank. It wasn't a mistake. Whatever was happening, I had just let it in. The phone, this cursed device in my hand, was the key. My fear shifted from the unknown terror outside my door to the cold, hard certainty that I was trapped in a game I didn't understand. And then my head exploded. Not literally, but with memories. Memories that weren't mine. I saw myself living a different life, making different choices, celebrating a birthday I never had, arguing with a friend I'd never met. It felt like another consciousness, another entire life was being poured into my brain, overriding who I was. Who was the real me? Was it the person standing in this room, or the person smiling from the mirror? Was I even real anymore? The lines of my own identity began to blur, and a new, deeper panic set in. I was being replaced. As the flood of alien memories slowed to a trickle, another message appeared on my phone. This one wasn't a threat. It was an explanation. It was the rule. Every night at 3:33 a.m., a choice is made. One version of you survives. The other becomes a memory, an echo, a voice on the phone, a knock at the door. It all clicked into place. The desperate calls, the frantic texts, the banging on my door from part 1. That was me. Another me. A version that had lost. Hadn't been trying to warn me. He'd been trying to survive, trying to take my place. And now I was in his shoes. The phone buzzed again, the screen changing. It was a countdown timer ticking down from 10 minutes. 3:33 a.m. was approaching. The air grew thick, the silence in the apartment deafening. The timer was a blade hanging over my head, forcing me to think, to act. I was locked in, a participant in this horrifying ritual, whether I wanted to be or not. With only a few minutes left, the final rule appeared. The cruelest one. To secure your place, you must choose a replacement. Send one message. The first person to open it takes your spot in the next cycle. My stomach dropped. Survival meant becoming the monster. It meant condemning someone else to this nightmare, to become the echo, the ghost in the machine. It was a moral horror that twisted my insides. To live, I had to become the very thing I feared. I had to become the threat. The timer continued its relentless march toward zero. 1 minute left. My fingers hovered over the screen, my mind racing. Who could I do this to? Could I even do it? The thought of becoming a disembodied voice, a forgotten memory, was terrifying. But the thought of inflicting this fate on someone else was just as bad. The seconds ticked away. 10, 9. My hand trembled as I typed. The screen was a blur through my panicked vision. 3, 2, 1. I hit send. The screen went black. The countdown vanished. The apartment was plunged into an unnerving, absolute silence. Did it work? Am I safe? I don't know what I sent, or who I sent it to, but I survived. For now, and that's the most terrifying part. This story, this cycle, it doesn't just end with me. It lives on, passed from one phone to the next. Yes. So if you're watching this late at night, be careful, because tonight your phone might just buzz at 3:33 a.m., and you'll have to make a choice. Thanks for watching. If you want to see what happens next, make sure to subscribe.